Hey, welcome back, everybody. My name is Ronan from the Reality Forecast channel on YouTube, and I'm joined with Liz Cross, and we're going to stick in the ocean and see if we can crack the code and find out what's happening with all these orcas. Hey, Liz, how are you?
Great. I mean, this is something that has been a popular request for a long time. And what a better time to do it. I mean, it's strange, isn't it?
I guess they're angry. Let's figure out why. Maybe because, I don't know. Let's not speculate. I wonder if we can pull in the consciousness of here's the orcas attack. There are a lot of attacks in this area. It's orcas.pt, and around Spain and Madrid, this guy's tracking a bunch of different websites that shows where the orcas are attacking.
Wow. Okay, so let me pull in all the orcas that are attacking as an entity. And now I'm going to talk to them. Ooh, they are angry. Oh my God. They are saying to me, these boats are causing disease.
What type of diseases? And hey, guys.
What types of diseases? Hi, Ronan. They said hi. What types of diseases? Some sort of internal, animals have a hard time of understanding when things go wrong with their body. They just know that they don't feel well. But these boats are killing the sea life, the aquatic life. And I'm saying, but what type of disease? Like something on the inside. So they're causing these, according to the orcas, their personal thoughts, feelings, and opinions, right, are that these boats are causing diseases, and it's due to the pollution.
Is there an orca hierarchy? Did King Orca demand that they attack these boats?
No, but they do telepathically communicate, and this means war. And they are going to try to attack every boat that they come across. They all communicate, and their communication spans for thousands of miles. So they communicate via energy, right? This is so cool. And the energy, obviously, water's a conduit. Okay, we all know that. And the energy just flows to the other orcas. It knows where it's supposed to go. So say you're on one side of the sea and I'm on the other side of the sea, Ronan, and I hold my head underwater and I say, Ronan. The energy
hey, Liz.
knows, hey, the energy knows where to go. It knows who you are, and it knows to give you that information. It's kind of like scalar in a way. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah. And so what is their goal? To let the people that are operating these boats know? Is it just their way to say, stop it, we can't handle this anymore? Or is there, what's going to happen here?
So the information I'm getting is that they're in breeding mode. So they're going to breed as many orcas as possible and fight back. And their ultimate goal is to sink the boat, because you humans have to get the message, you're killing us.
And has this caused the degradation in the species population of them? And do they feel that? Do they feel like a lessening of their own telepathic communication energies?
Well, there was a decline in the species, but now they're at war, right? They're breeding in order to overpopulate and fight back. Now, what I'm getting is, because their consciousness is more expansive to that of like the regular fish in the
Right.
ocean, they believe that they're the leaders of the ocean. They're the kings of the ocean. So like the Lion King, right? The king of the jungle. Now you got the king of the ocean. And it's not just making the orcas sick, it's making all the sea life sick. The pollution is killing them. The dumping of trash, the dumping of fluids, the petrol leaks and oil spillages. All the aquatic life are very, very worried. They realize that their habitat, although as humans, to us, it seems like extremely large and they've got plenty of places to live. But what the orcas are saying is, you're killing us. You're killing us. If we don't fight back now, these oceans are not going to survive. And if you don't have the oceans, you don't have any life on planet Earth.
Yeah, have you ever looked at the marine traffic? This is how many ships are out there in their land. And so I look at this a lot, and you can look at each of the different ships and where they're going, and these tankers are coming across, and we can see there's a cluster up around that area where they've been attacking. And this is everywhere. This is all the shipping lines that are at least reported.
That's reported. That look at the traffic. Like, I've never seen a shipping map like that. That's just crazy. It's look how we're polluting it. I mean,
yeah,
and we're dumping stuff. They're dumping chemicals in the water, they're dumping trash, they're dumping plastic. I'm saying, are you aware of the amount of plastic that is being dumped in the ocean all the time? Plastic is killing them. It's causing disease and damage, chemicals, oil in particular. There's lots of oil spills and dumping of chemicals that are never reported.
Right. Well, look at this. Of course there are. Moving ahead, let's say 10 years, when this shipping traffic increases, and there are shipping delays too. I guess you can understand why looking at this map. What is the state of the ocean in 2033? And how are the orcas faring? Was their attack helpful? Did anything become of it, or have they just lessened in population?
Let me move them out 10 years. So let's go. What's today's date, Ronan?
I don't know. It's June 26, 2023.
Thank you. June 26, 2033. Oh, they want to go to 2045. I got to go to 2045. Sorry.
They know the date?
Yeah. Well, with their conscious minds. Yeah. So 2045, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. What is it you want to tell us? We've won.
Did we lose? And how did we lose?
Like, the orcas have won. I'm like, what have you won? They have really increased their population big time. Now, just know, with that increase in population, in order to become supreme leaders of the ocean and take care of this problem, other populations within the ocean or within the waters are going to, suffer. They're going to go into decline because obviously the orcas have to eat.
Orcas got to eat.
Right. So they're going into decline. Other things that they like to eat, but they are starting to make some headway. They're starting to ram as many boats as possible. But I'm saying, what about the massive ships and the cargoes what about that? And there's nothing they can do about that, but they're trying to get our attention here. They're trying to tell us we have to clean up the water. They're saying we live for millions of years without you humans coming in here and polluting our water. And now you're just destroying our habitat. Gosh.
The change always wants to focus on the individual and not the corporations behind the pollution. But I think we can see here that the effects of the one are less than the effects of the many in all these ships.
How are we going to clean this up? How would they ever be able to clean up the world like this? Like, how? It's like, oh, okay, we're going to have electric cars. Now we're wiping out the lithium. It's just, how do you solve a problem like this?
what do they see as the solution to the problem that we can do for them?
Well, for humans to leave. They're at war with the humans. They're tired of the human race thinking that they're superior mammals and that they can just trash everything. They're tired of it. They're in destruct mode. These orcas are ready to take people down. Now, I don't know about you, Ronan, but if you look at these people going around in these little clear bottom dinghies out in the ocean to get hits on YouTube shorts, I'm not like, you guys are crazy. I would never do that. You got sharks coming at your little blow up inflatable clear dinghy. Oh my God, it's just so crazy. It's crazy what people will do for views.
Yeah, maybe we should sell Team Orca websites or t-shirts and make a new website for it and how it help their cause. But I just feel like this is a growing problem that's so, you didn't even know about this. Most people don't know what's happening out there in the maritime world.
No, it's that's just so crazy. And it's all about materialism and goods. Let me ask them this question. If we had goods made on our own land instead of having to import it, would that significantly decrease the pollution? Yes, significantly. So that could be an answer, but then I'm saying, but people don't want to pay for expensive goods. And the workers are saying, well, that's your problem, not mine. But you have got to stop killing the wildlife in the ocean. You have to stop it.
And that's going to cause a degradation and species drop in other species too that are smaller and have greater benefit to the ocean. You know, if the smaller species aren't around to collect debris, what's going to happen to the debris that falls in the bottom of the ocean?
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Let me ask them this question. What about overfishing around Spain? That's huge to them as well. Is it because we're overfishing? All of the above. You know, there's a big problem with overfishing in Spain and Spanish waters. And let me tell you, I have a friend, very close friend of the family, who's a marine biologist. He's also bilingual. He went out on the fishing boats as a scientist in Spain, and he had to report the statistics back to the government of how much these vessels were fishing. And it was a very difficult job because they were overfishing in their numbers. And he had his journal where he was writing how much fish and what species and what they're finding in. But the problem was the captain of these ships or these fishing boats, they were checking his journal and they told him, if you tell the government how much we're actually fishing out here, we're going to throw you overboard and you will never be seen again. And he was stuck on these boats for weeks and weeks at a time, trying to honestly report the numbers. So he actually had to develop a system in his head where, so say they caught 1,000 fish, like 1,000 meant 5,000, right? And they would check his diary every single day, his reporting book, to make sure that he was lying about the amount of fish that they were taking on board and how much they were fishing, because their livelihoods are at stake, right? I mean, everybody has to make a living. I appreciate that. And he appreciated that too, but he also had a job he had to do. And he didn't want to end up thrown overboard because these fishermen were hardcore. Oh, he fell over. What are you going to do about that? You're going to prove that he was murdered? No, you're not going to. Boats and accidents happen all the time. So the overfishing especially around that area of Spain and Portugal, is a big factor as well. Not only are we killing them with the pollution, but we're overfishing the waters.
This doesn't even probably talk about the small fishing boats that are out. These are just commerce ships that have a reported ocean path. So if we looked at everything, we'd see a lot more, I'm sure. Well, when you see an orca, be nice to it because it would probably win in a fight with you. And I'm glad we finally got to the bottom of this, why they're attacking.
Have you ever seen that documentary Blackfish?
No.
Well, you should. It's about the orcas, the killer whales attacking the trainers at SeaWorld. And that killed SeaWorld's business, by the way. Killed it. They had to completely revamp their mission and personality and show that they're real animal lovers in order to get people to trust them again, because that documentary just about wiped SeaWorld off the map.
Well, I would advise people to go to marine traffic and track these flights so they can see, well, these passages, these pathways, so they can see that they're not having as much of an impact as all these shipping lanes are and the effect on the ocean.
I mean, we're polluting down below and we're polluting way up high. When does it end? See, those orcas would never have a chance against that boat, that ship that you see there. Wow. This is crazy because everybody's been wondering why this happened. And I was like, I have no idea. But that's the answer that we're getting. It's a real warning that our waters are in dire straits.
Thank you so much, Liz. And Orca King, thank you so much for telling us and sharing your side of the story.
Yeah. Wow.